And we're live.
Well, welcome everyone. This is only a trial for now, but this is what we have so far. I'm Martin, and with me I have Tyson, Rylend, and Kennedy.
Yep.
And our podcast is pretty much just going to be talking about right now pretty much anything and everything. This is only just a trial. How's everybody doing today?
I'm doing pretty
Chilling,
fantastic.
Chilling, man. Chilling. Feeling good.
dreading
Yeah,
school the next day.
I know.
Next semester, eh?
Yeah, it's just like a lot of stress for not for no reason, just like a lot of stress that we don't really need in our life. I don't know.
Do you guys
I
like
guess
online
academics
school?
are something that we care about.
I'm going back online for a month. And I'm
Hmm.
honestly I'm pretty happy about it. I mean, I would rather
Hey,
be in person, of course, but I I'm gonna get some easy grades this next semester. I'm gonna fucking crush
yeah,
it because it's gonna be easy.
there's pros and cons, like
Hmm.
a lot of pros and cons to online and going in person. Going in person, like I don't know, you could roll out of bed and go into class. Like that's actually a blessing in disguise that no one really thinks about
I
when
don't
doing
think
online
I've
school.
No,
ever
man.
gone
I
to
think
a
that's a
class.
curse.
You think so? I don't think I've ever gone to a class of online school without a flat beard. Just from like laying on my face when going to sleep. I wake up, the hair is disgusting. At least now with this new computer, I don't have a camera. So I will never have to show myself to the classmates, which will make me feel much better.
Do you know like you have to turn on your camera when you do tests?
Yeah, like what if you get a professor that like requires it?
Or what about like presentations? Do
No
you not do
way your
presentations?
professors make you do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had a professor for a presentation and professionalism course that needed our cameras on at all times. It was stupid because fucking one of my classmates, he just got a surgery done. He got his wisdom teeth taken out, and it was literally a day after, and he got dry sockets. So his mouth, his like just his cheeks were bleeding on the inside. Um, and he was telling our teacher's just a piece of shit, first of all. Um, he was telling our teacher, he was like, "Hey, I just got out of surgery and like I'm literally bleeding out of my mouth. Is it okay if I leave my camera off? Because I look like a chipmunk." And then like he always gives like backhanded comments saying like, "Well, I'm actually quite fond of chipmunks, so you could actually keep your camera on." And like dude was literally bleeding out of his mouth, and like it was pretty unacceptable that he was forced to turn on his camera right after
Yeah.
surgery.
Yeah, I would have just kept my camera off.
I remember
Yeah,
I remember I had one class. It was a human kinetics class, and
Human
basically,
kinetic.
if we were in person, we would have been like going to the gym, working out, running
that's
miles. You
cool.
know,
That's
yeah.
cool.
But since it's online, what do you do? Not very much. So we have John. We have Joseph Mills was my teacher, and he was a British bald guy. Overall, pretty nice guy. I did like him. He 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 spent most of his class telling me that LeBron James is not an athlete, and I just didn't didn't really want to agree with him because I feel like
He's
I'm like
just so wrong.
yeah, I'm like Joseph
Like,
Mills.
the
All right,
argument's pointless.
if you're standing yeah in the underneath the rim, you're telling me you're gonna be more athletic or to jump up and block LeBron James? I don't think you are. All right, but this guy he could run the 5 minute mile, so he was pretty fast. But I
Okay, so he
remember
wasn't an athletic person, like
he
overall. He
was. I
wasn't
mean,
like
his argument for LeBron James not being athletic was because he based it on how nomadic peoples would actually, when they were hunting, they would chase down like a deer and they would run after it until the deer ran out of breath and then they would kill it. So I guess
Dude,
okay.
they might be a little bit more
Yeah.
athletic. I don't know if LeBron James is chasing down
Yeah,
an
that
ox
guy
and
anyways, anyways,
stabbing
so
it in the
that
neck.
I've
that guy
heard
could
like
suck a walnut, bro.
I've
That
heard like
argument is just like,
here, go ahead, Kennedy.
man, that argument is kind of pointless, in my opinion. That logic, like at that point, he can pull anything out of his ass. Well,
Yep.
actually, it actually goes 25,000 kilometers. It's not true. I'm like, bro. I think at that point, he just looked for something to stick at, man.
I think that he's just like he's one of those athletes, like a
I think
cyclist
that's
or
partially
He's
true.
not
Yep.
LeBron James,
yeah,
bro.
like somebody that does athletic things like cycling,
Yeah.
running a lot, speed walking, canoeing. Who
No,
fucking knows? Whatever floats your
he just
boat.
likes talking about
Yeah,
it.
and they're
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, but mine's so much harder because I have to speed walk for 25 miles. Fuck off! It's not harder.
So his
Is he yamming it
argument
from the free throw
pretty
line?
much-
No, he's not.
no.
No, the thing is, like,
you
his
have
argument.
to carry the Cavaliers to the finals? I don't think so.
Right, bro, he's not dropping 48 points. I don't know about him.
A 48-point triple-double in the finals.
At 37 years old,
Exactly.
nobody's doing that.
Not coming back from a 3-1 deficit, so
Joseph Mills is not coming back from a 3-1 against Stephen Curry. All right, it's not happening.
No, the thing I don't
Neither
understand
will
with that,
fucking
so, like,
caveman.
his argument is pretty much, if you're good at running and you have stamina, you're an athlete. But if you've been training your entire life to be a basketball player, you're not.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
Like, I don't get
the
that.
running
Well, I
part.
think
Like
it's-
I've read somewhere that you could outrun a horse, in marathon distance. Like if you're running a marathon, like I'm pretty sure a human could outrun a horse. I read that
What?
somewhere.
What, like,
No way, bro.
a sprint's
Horses-
like getting to a distance first, or who can endure more running?
Well, no, a
Who
marathon
could
is
endure more
endurance.
running?
A horse could definitely endure more than a human, because that's
Yeah.
why humans rode horses, because they could
For
do
power,
so much more.
Literally.
That's surely. Let me research this. This would blow my fucking mind.
I need that statement peer reviewed.
Yeah, I'm doing some research too. Yeah, but when it comes to long distances, humans can outrun almost any animal.
I
No
believe that
way.
because we were obviously able to do that to get to the top of the food chain
And
and the very
honestly, I
past.
feel
Maybe
like I
not
outrun
right now.
cheetah.
I don't know if I could outrun a dog. I think even Dexter would wipe the floor with me. I'm pretty
Like
fucking
that
Oh,
guy
Tyson, you
that
can
visited
definitely outrun
JJ
a dog.
that was missing his ring finger that climbed up
Mount
Mount
Everest?
Everest. I don't think a horse could do that.
Well, yeah.
That's
I
facts,
really
bro.
don't.
If there's like an 8-foot ledge in front of a horse, he's done so, bro. If you're thinking about it, have to climb up.
But if we're talking a straight line, just run straight, no hills, who can go the farthest? I think the horse is gonna fucking dominate the
I
human.
was gonna say, it really depends on like where you're at in the world.
And I guess
Actually,
who's running?
now I'm starting to warm up to Rylend's comment, man. I actually kind of feel like that, man, because like the world ain't built like that, bro. It's not just a flat plane, bro. Like if it's a long distance, right? Not on a road that we humans made. We
Have
definitely do
you
a horse
heard
though,
of Saskatchewan?
bro? Have you heard of the Great Rockies?
All right. Well, I guess it depends where you're conducting the race. Let's
No,
say-
like,
Where
let's
the
say
elevation is
like,
dead
bro,
smack
if
in
humans
the
can
middle of
definitely go
Saskatchewan.
faster- Bro, now how about this? Dead smack in a lake. I feel like a human can definitely outswim a horse, bro. Like we can go. Our bodies
Horses will
might
drown.
be
They don't know how
less.
to
Think-
swim. I don't think horses know how to swim.
Yeah, bro. Like the
Horses
thing is,
know
bro,
how to swim.
like if our bodies might be less in the sprinting distance, but we're more versatile. Like we can climb somewhat as good as a monkey. A monkey, if we practiced, we could,
yeah,
run. We could
that's why.
jump. But a horse can only, run. You know what I mean? Like
Hey, but
If you
Okay,
wanna-
but I think we're getting away from the original argument.
yeah,
which
that's
was
the thing.
if
Yeah.
a human in a straight marathon. All right, let's say there's even hills.
We're talking about marathon too,
Yeah.
like not like a 100-meter dash, because like a horse is gonna win that easily. Like,
Horse would-
but like we're
horse
talking
would
about like
demolish 100
kilometers
meters, yeah.
here. We're talking about kilometers here.
I still think the human's gonna win because the humans, when we were before cars were invented, we were riding horses. We would strap on, all right, a human on top of the horse, all of our luggage, potentially a second human on the back, and that horse would have to trudge along for an entire day, and they would usually make it. I don't know. I think the horses have more endurance because that's what their main thing was that they were so durable, like a camel. A camel can walk through the desert. A human would not fucking make it through the desert walking, but a camel would do pretty well.
But like, we're that kind of like shies away from what the argument kind of actually is. We're not like taking conditions into account really. It's like it's a pretty even marathon that we're running. It's not like no one's gonna have water or like shit like that, or like the person that's running is not gonna be like as athletic as we think, you know.
I mean, I'm looking on the internet right now, and like according to like this website on Quora, it's like the ostrich runs at 30 miles per hour, and has the endurance to keep it up for hours on end, thanks to their remarkable anatomy that minimizes efforts while running. So like, it's not even a horse, like an ostrich,
But don't they got
Or-
mad legs?
African
Ostriches
wild
got mad
dog,
legs.
wildebeest.
Okay, I'm gonna
seems
announce
like-
my defeat. Because I just read that a human can outrun a horse for 26.2 mile marathon.
What?
A human. Okay, let me read this to you. When it comes to long distances, humans can outrun almost any animal because we cool by sweating rather than panting. We can stay cool at speeds and distances that would overheat other animals. On a hot
Yeah.
day, a human could outrun a horse in a 26.2-mile marathon.
Because of our sweat glands and like our sweat, like we cool down from our sweat, so it keeps us
Yeah,
like.
it's just they
So
can't.
we
They'll
don't
overheat. They
overheat.
don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be damned.
we don't
that
overheat.
makes sense. That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're fucking-
Damn, I never
It's
would have taken
pretty.
that into
Like
consideration.
it sounds crazy, but it's just like
Yeah,
It
it
makes
makes
sense.
when you boil it down.
So maybe it's not too unheard of for a guy to run down a deer and then slice his throat, like Joseph Mills was saying all those years ago.
Yeah.
I thought he was fucking
Maybe
insane.
LeBron James does suck.
Maybe LeBron James really isn't an athlete. Maybe this guy is a fraud.
he's
We
a
love
phone.
fraud.
Hashtag fraud LeBron.
It's funny.
Yeah, no. But going back to school, honestly, with online classes, like with you, Tyson, like part of me definitely wants to do full online classes again. But definitely last semester when some of the classes were in person for me, definitely did feel good to see people in person again, and the interactions makes a big difference.
Tyson does live 20 minutes from his school though, maybe less.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
that's
like,
true.
For
Well-
us, it's a bit harder for in class.
That would
Not
probably
harder.
make.
It's just more of a hassle.
Wouldn't that make me want to go to school more, and you guys want to go to school less? Because it's
Yeah,
easier.
yeah,
Common.
that's what I'm saying.
I agree with you. I did really like going to school and talking to people. It felt so weird at first. Like for the first month, I'm like, how do I conversate with people? But
Yeah,
I don't know. The way I'm looking at it is, I've already experienced like a year and a half of online. Like I've kind of.
Was it because of COVID? You think though, like that you couldn't conversate with people, like
Well, I think that I
because you've
just.
been like inside for like over a year and a half.
I think that had a
You think
part
that's
with it.
what
I
it's
think that also, a thing that had to do with it is, because I was definitely still talking to people during COVID. I spoke to people all day, specifically like you guys, my friends. I think one of
Yeah.
the hardest things was like I went from having these casual conversations where I'm so familiar with the people that I talk to talking to people that I don't know, and I was like, damn, I forgot what this is like. I think that
Yeah.
might have been one of the weirdest things about it.
Yeah,
Your
That
social
was-
filter was
that was
wonky.
because of COVID. Because yeah, it's
100%.
hard. Like it's so weird. I don't know, trying to make new friends nowadays.
It's
yeah,
not
it's
like
very
I
hard.
don't like it. Like I still like to go outside and talk to people, and I'm excited to do that back at school. But when I say I prefer online classes, because at this point I've missed so much university, where I'm just like, and I'm on the second half, like I'm on the other side of the hill, so I can see the end goal. I'm like, you know what? I just need my grades
Yeah.
now. So I'm like, fuck social interactions. I just want to get my my 3.5 GPA or whatever. And online school, I'm gonna do that. And I
Yeah.
still think I will in
Easily.
person. I just know it'd be easier online. So I think that's kind of what's making me say that.
I
Yeah.
agree with that too, because like we are like almost all of us like near the end of our post-secondary, so at this point, we already have each other, so we might as well just get it over with and move on.
All it is just, in my opinion, I think it's just like a bit more discipline doing online because you don't have like someone constantly, or like you don't have to constantly be going into a class or like listening to a teacher directly, like in front of you. Like in class, you're able to go on your phone. Online class, you're able to go on your phone whenever you want. You could lay in bed and like take a nap and no one will know. So like you're just gonna have that extra bit of discipline, but I don't think it's too hard to deal with if you're mature enough. Like
Yeah,
it's
I
not
see what
too
you
big of a
mean.
deal.
There can also be cons to that too, though, because like y'all definitely experienced teachers where like course material has to be changed in a way and taught differently when it's taught online compared to in person, and we all have experienced
Yeah.
those teachers who don't do that. Like there's certain classes where I feel like you definitely get a worse experience by doing that. Like I haven't even had an in-person class since before COVID, so I've literally done everything online, and the shit sucks ass, bro. Because at the point where like, man, I might graduate without going back to person. And I'm like, damn, I'm just paying full price for all this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
been teachers that like, it's just like, you're not like no matter what anyone says, you're not learning the best you can. Like you're learning at a lesser level than you can be if you're doing it online.
100%.
Like
Well,
that's why university was just never on,
Depends
never
on what you're
online and
doing
stuff.
too. Cause like like I'd say for like doctors, like that would be totally understandable. But like for something I'm doing like IT, like I'm able to learn online pretty like
Yeah, I
comfortably.
see what you mean.
yeah, I was gonna say like one thing is like depending on what you're doing because of like the hand-on experience where it's like you
Mhm.
actually need to see it in person to understand it. But as well as like with online, you pretty much have the access to everything. So you really sometimes you just don't even have to study for a test or for to like not even like just study to like when you're doing homework, you can just search up answers if you really don't want to do it. So
Yeah. Oh
like
yeah, and
that
like
definitely holds you back.
internet's made everything so easy. Like you could literally pay a subscription to get answers for your whole course, and it's
Yeah,
stupid.
like I know people in my classes. They're like, "Oh yeah, I just use Chegg or whatever to
Yeah,
like
use
search
Chegg.
up my
Like
like I they have
Nah,
the
those
full
are
answers for me."
demons.
you could get answers for everything in that course for cheaper than the actual textbook is, which is crazy.
For real, that's
That,
actually
that,
true.
Textbook's
don't
like
the
200 bucks.
professors lay out the questions so you can't like directly find the answer? Like don't like so you have to like synthesize a response to it in a sense.
Mhm.
Like you can't just like the answer isn't like the question isn't like what did when did Leonardo DiCaprio die? You know what I mean? It's not like it's a given day. You have to be like, how did this death affect so and so society or something? You know what I mean? Like answers
Yeah.
are kind of you kind of have to at least know what
You have to like
to like think
elaborate.
about.
Yeah, you have to know like the
Yeah,
actual information to be able to explain it, not just
yeah.
number.
Like
Yeah.
all my exams and tests and everything have been like that in the sense like either like an essay question you have to respond to or like three or four long answer where you can't just be like, oh A, oh C, like that. You know what I mean? But I
Yeah,
remember before COVID, my tests were like that, with choice, fill in the blanks. You know what I mean? Like short stuff like that. They had to change the whole
Straight
format.
direct.
That's what it was like for
It's pretty
me
direct.
last semester as well.
You, you had to have the knowledge because you're in a room. It's not like you get notes. You know what I mean?
It's like you almost
Like
have to show your understanding because it's online
yeah, yeah. In my university,
instead of just
you have to be
answering.
showing the understanding so
Yeah.
to even get points.
Yeah. I got that.
honestly, like formats for me, like when it comes to like tests and stuff like that in like business courses, never really changed. It's almost like all class formats have been pretty much the same. Like there's always multiple choice, there's always written, there's always like fill in the blanks. There's a bit of everything always. So not that it makes it difficult, but it just I don't know. I definitely don't like the written part because some teachers just look for too much where it's like there's not even enough information to answer it, but then they're like, oh, that wasn't enough information, for example. And then as well as like some online teachers just are not even good at properly teaching. They make the class so boring and
And
uninteresting to the point where it's like I lose focus because I'm not interested in the lecture because the teacher's just slow.
no, I feel you.
Yeah, and then it's like at that point the only thing I can do is either like just push myself through it or just not do the work. And it's like I don't know who to blame at that point, you know?
Bro, I've had a lecturer who literally taught for 2.5 hours. It was just him, an old man, old white man, like 80 years old. Just him. He gave us like 3 pages of like praising notes and he just fucking ramble. Dear Lord. And after that, we had to do like 2 hours reading outside class. This guy made that course so hard, like so difficult and hard. The only reason it was like I was able to finesse is because like we had three assignments for it, and they were just essays. So it's just like go back and using notes. You know what I mean? Like listen and go back using notes. Because like
Yeah.
some teachers just aren't good at teaching online. You can tell.
Mhm. Some of them are just human textbooks and they're not teachers at all.
Yep.
Or yeah, they just read off the slides and then
Yeah.
it seems like they know what they're doing, but it's just yeah, no, I could have just done that myself.
Well, that's all they get paid for. You know, it really depends on the professor. Like some professors really care
We're
if their
good.
students know. Like I know my professor I had last semester, he's taught me like
Yeah.
Latin and Greek, and he always like punched into us. He's like, I know you guys can all get a 90, and I doubt any of you are leaving this class without a 90, but I just actually want you to leave this class at the end of the semester and know stuff. And that's kind of like, that made it so easy because he just wanted you
Helped
to
me
know. Like, he
imagine.
didn't care if you were smarter than him. He didn't care if you were presenting ideas that
wanted you to leave the
nobody's
class with
presented since
knowledge that
Aristotle himself. He just wanted you to know your shit.
Yeah,
So it was easy.
that's a good mentality for teachers to have too.
I do dirty things for a 9 course.
Tyson, does this make you nervous about like when you become a teacher, like all the criticism?
Not at all, because I think one of my favorite things to do is when I'm in class, I actually like to study my teacher and how he teaches or how they teach. Also,
Yeah.
when I'm volunteering at the school, I love to study just how somebody teaches, because you can either learn something that you should do when you're teaching or something that you're like, wow, I'm never going to do that. I don't know why that chick just pulled that off. But it's like, it's so many things. Like, I feel like I've learned so much in like the last 4 years. And other people that are like, have never worked in a school before, when they go to be a teacher, I think they're just going to have to learn that on the spot. And I'm not going to say like I know everything going in, but I think I know some stuff. And I know like what I don't want to do or what I do want to do. Like, I want to be able to teach in a way, because I think every teacher goes up, teaches one way in hopes that usually like 60 to 70% of the class does well, like 70 to 100% they get. And then the other 30%, they're usually on the lower end of the grades, and they might end up leaving school like failing and thinking they're dumb because their teachers didn't really support them. And I think that what I want to do is I want to go and, teach the one way. Bet that maybe like 60 to 70% of the kids will understand it that way, and then I'll go find the other 30% and I'll teach it to them in a different way. Because the way I see it, I don't think you deserve to be left behind just because you can't learn the same way as everyone else. Like,
Yeah, that's so fair.
Tyson, you're wonderful, man.
Sure.
Well, I mean, I know a lot of people that's happened to. Like, they went to school and they just couldn't learn with a teacher talking to them. It was hard, and there's nothing wrong with the person for not being able to learn like that. And it's the teacher's responsibility to find another way for them to learn, because they're the teacher. You got to teach.
Yeah, so you're looking towards making more of a difference with the students than actually being like that fun, hip teacher.
Well, I mean, from what...
Like, you're probably gonna be both either way. Like, I feel like you're gonna be one of those teachers that like say if you're teaching like junior high, once those junior high students go into high school, they're gonna like remember you from their school.
Mm-hmm. Well,
like as a really good teacher.
Yeah, and that's what I hope for.
How we remember like Mr. Perry or someone like that.
And the things that like I can look back at Mr. Perry, and one of the things that like are so crucial for a teacher is that you can't actually be friends with the students.
Oh yeah.
What Mr. Perry did was he wasn't friends with anybody, but he still cared for every single student, and he still was like very empathetic, and he listened, and he asked you like every day you came in, he was like, tell me what you did over the weekend, and every kid would want to tell this guy.
Actually, so true, because go ahead first. Actually,
he cared. Like, so when you say like, do I want kids to see me as like that cool hip teacher? Like, I don't know. I want them to just look back and be like, that guy had an impact on me. Like, that guy listened to me. Some kids, they go to school, and then that's the only place that it's a safe zone for them, because they go home and it's like they have shitty parents that don't care about them. So when they go to school, like having a teacher that listens, that's probably one of the only adults they got that listen to them. So I don't know.
And you're really only seeing young teachers. Like, Mr. Perry is one of the few select, but you really only see young teachers that are like that.
Yeah, because
that are like pretty empathetic.
For the new generation.
Yeah, they know how like this new generation acts, and like how mental health is like such a huge thing nowadays compared to like back when, let's say, Mr. Perry was in school, no one gave a shit about mental health. Like, you had mental health, go to the office for the school nurse, and they could send you home.
Yeah,
that's facts.
That's literally how it was dealt.
Yeah,
and that's also going to be a thing where I have to adjust to, because I grew up in the time where it was like you didn't really bring that up, so it's like I have to learn. So I have to learn to be a little bit more empathetic and present like an open environment to the kids so that they feel safe enough to talk about that.
You have to adapt to like the changes that just happen like in today's generations, because like you see when like pretty much 10 years ago from when we were in junior high, and to the junior high kids now,
Shit, 10
it's
years
so
ago.
different. It's so different.
It's insane.
Like how we
Yeah.
react to things, like how we
Well,
talk,
especially with
what we
like their
like.
exposure to social media and shit too.
Yeah.
Like,
Imagine if we grew up with
holy,
Personal
TikTok or
image is
something.
so important to kids
like I
nowadays.
haven't seen
Yeah.
so many like fifth graders caring about their fashion,
Dude.
like so early on in their youth. Like
Sixth
I
graders have
only started caring.
Jordans all the time.
Yeah,
now.
like
It's insane.
I didn't start caring about my fashion until like late junior
High
high, early
school.
high school.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for me it was literally high school. Like I did not
Yeah,
care how
bro.
I dressed. I didn't care about
Mine was
anything.
high
I just
school,
showed up.
too.
I saw my friends, and that's all I really cared about.
I had my
Like, I
red
still-
sweater and gray sweatpants, and I was ready to conquer anything in front of me, bro. Every
I
single
was
day.
rocking hiking boots.
Oh, 6 foot red sweater, Tyson.
Who else would it be?
How's it going?
What I was gonna say
yeah,
to you,
it's
Tess, was, like,
crazy.
You're a madman.
What were we gonna say, Martin?
Mhm. What I was gonna say to you is like I was like thinking about it now. Out of any one of us, when it comes to like experience and like understanding a job, like you get the most experience out of anybody. Not only because you volunteer, but because we go to school every day and we get taught by teachers every day. So you literally get to understand
Oh yeah,
what they do, how they do it. So
you're
you get the
learning
most
based on how they
experience.
operate,
Yeah,
not even just
you're
what
you're
they're
only
teaching you.
Mm.
exactly. It's like you're gonna have so much experience by the time you become a teacher that I feel like you have a good grip on like how to teach a class properly and like the atmosphere, how to get along with the students, and like all that stuff.
Yeah, I think one of the hardest things I'm gonna have to figure out because in my position, I can't learn, or I haven't really been able to figure out like how to properly discipline kids that like are being a-holes, because
Oh
you
yeah,
just don't
yeah.
really do that in my position. Like maybe when I'm coaching sometimes, but usually that's Ojo that's doing more of the disciplining. Ojo's like, hey, you guys, you can't be talking like, get on the line now. Tyson's gonna talk to you, and then it's like, now they're running, but like he's usually the one that yells at them.
Yeah.
So once I'm a teacher,
You're
I'm
a
gonna,
good cop.
basically, yeah. Well, no, I'm definitely the most hated because I make them run. I'm the one laughing at them and saying, "Don't be last.
Condition coach.
If you're
hate
last,
you,
you're
man.
going
I hate
again." Oh, I'm the conditioning coach.
you, man. Good shit
I
on
make
coaching,
them
man.
run their asses off. But
they must hate you, huh?
yeah. Oh, I don't know if they hate me, but in those moments,
Nobody likes
definitely.
it. That's the
In
thing,
those
that's-
moments, they definitely hate me. Because I know
What
how I
coaches
felt
you
towards those
respect?
coaches. I know when I was on that football team and he made me do suicides the entire football field, every single 10-yard line, bro, in full football equipment. I was
My coach would make me
dead.
do bear crawls.
Yeah, it's like
no bear
25
crawls on
pounds
all
of
fours.
equipment.
Bear
on you,
crawling
right?
the whole field is evil. I remember one of my favorite things to say when I'm coaching is don't be last. Because when you're like, let's say you tell a kid, all right, or you tell the team, go run 10 lines. Like, they run it, but they're not running that hard because they're trying to conserve their energy. But if you say don't be last, bro, no one wants to be last. So everyone's gunning up and down the field.
What did you do to the slow kid?
It's all pride for them.
They run
Like,
again.
no one
I was
wants
that
to
You do
run.
it
kid, bro.
again.
I was that kid, bro.
Me too.
Man,
I remember
I
it was
wasn't.
always between me and Taylor House. Me and Taylor House are
No.
bear crawling up the field. It's a one-on-one dog fight at this point, bro. Just gunning down the
You know what you
field.
should do?
We
You know what
split
you
it
do
like
to that kid, bro?
50-50. To Taylor House?
No, to like the kid that's always the last
Oh,
one.
what?
There's always a kid the bigger kid is always last. My coach is for me, bro. This was the same thing, right? Whenever there's a huge conditioning thing and like everyone's gassed and done and the waiting for the last person to finish, right, before they all leave, right? Make them huddle up, bro, and cheer on the last guy, bro. No, cheer him
Oh,
on,
yeah.
bro. Give him that last push, bro.
We
If
do
you do
that.
that.
We do
So
that
last,
as well.
because don't be last, or no one wants to be last, but whoever's last, bro, is in shambles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I know.
it's not fun to be the
I
last
was the
person.
one that gave.
Yeah, because it
shit.
reinforces teammanship, sportsmanship. You know what I mean? Makes the team train. Say we're a unit. You know what I mean? We don't leave till everyone's done.
Sure.
You know? Cheer them on.
What were you going to say, Ryland?
I just remember this one time in high school. I think it was like grade 10 gym class. You remember like how they got us running around the pond? Like during gym
Yeah.
class, they made us run around that pond. They made us do 3 laps, right? And like I was chubby and like my endurance sucks still till this day. Like my endurance sucks. We had to do 3 laps, and I just remember me and Scott, we were walking the entire time, and we did 1 lap while everyone was running, and they finished all 3 of their laps, and we were just, I don't know, it was just a good memory, just like talking to Scott and like, what is it? Like it was just funny how we were like 10 minutes late. Everyone was just sweating finishing their 3 laps while me and Scott just finished our first one walking, going back to class and like not having to do the rest.
Everyone's probably miserable
thought it
that
was
whole
pretty
run
funny.
except for you guys.
Oh yeah, like we just didn't care, and the teacher knew that we didn't care, and like he couldn't really force us. Like the class was gonna end. What is he gonna do? Make us run the last 2 laps in like 5 minutes?
No, because if you're 20 minutes in and the people are just finishing the run, it's like, damn, we got to start our sports game. We got to start squirrel tag. We got to get going. But I remember
so
that
funny.
run was one of the worst days of my life. Or not one of the worst days of my life. That's excessive, but it was definitely in the top 100. I bought new shoes, bro. And you guys know me. It's pretty
damn.
rare when Tyson Foster comes to school with new shoes.
Yeah.
And I came to school that day, and I was so hyped to show them off. And I don't remember what I was wearing. I think they were relatively white. And we went outside to that field in murky April. You know, when the rain's coming down. And Kennedy, this run, it's like a full circle around the pod. And at that point, it had rained so much that the fence to the right of the pond was also flooded. So it's basically you're running on the wetlands. And the whole right side of it is actually just straight mud. Just nothing you can step on to avoid the mud. You have to trudge through it.
You have to go through it.
And I remember Mrs. Whitburn getting on my ass. I didn't want to go. I regret going. I obviously thought that the repercussions would be more extensive than they were, but she made me run through that murky shit, bro. I ruined my shoes on the first day. I just
That's
had to
actually crazy.
walk through it. It was up to my heel in the water. They were destroyed. They were destroyed. I don't remember what I was wearing. I know they weren't that nice. I bought the Roshis after, which
The Roshis. I was gonna say, was it the Roshis?
no.
Yeah, it might have been Roshi.
I remember the first day I wore the Roshis to school. I was showing them off. You know, everyone's like, "Damn, Tyson, you got new white shoes." I'm like, "Yes, sir." And I got a nosebleed. I got a nosebleed, and I covered them in blood in the first period of LA class. It was like, "Oh, I'll never buy white again."
It's like a nice thing.
I feel like at that point, like I don't know, like me in high school, if I would say this, but me right now, like with with full confidence and like just like understanding situations, I tell the teacher straight up, like I bought these shoes today, and there's no way I'm running in them. Like it's not even just like about um, like the brand or like if people like them or not. It's just like I spent money on these shoes today, and like I really do not want to get them muddy.
Yeah, I don't remember
What am I gonna
anybody
tell my
wanting
mother?
to ruin brand new shoes.
Yeah, like really, like
Yeah.
like my mom bought these shoes. What am I gonna tell her? Like after the first day she bought them for me or whatever. Like it's not like these were free.
That's crazy. The same thing actually happened to me. Like the exact same thing. I remember Tyson. Like I got brand new running shoes for like one of like gym class. I forget. Like it was grade 10 or grade 11, and we also had to run the pond. It was muddy, super muddy. And I remember telling Mr. Rack, and then he's like, "Yeah, I don't care. You're still running the pond." I had to go right through that mud. I was so pissed. But he actually made me still do it.
They must find it funny.
Oh, yeah,
when they send you through and you're like, because at that point I was like, fuck, I can't say no to this guy. But obviously now when I'm older, I could have just said no. But at that point I was a fucking little pussy, so I never said no. So I ruined my shoes.
Yeah. Like in high school we were just all pussies and we couldn't stand up against the teachers.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wish I stood up more for myself.
We learn when you get older.
You know
learn
what was a major
exactly.
blessing in high school?
What?
COVID happening a year after our graduation.
Facts.
Yeah.
I see what my brother went through and what Shauna went through. That's tough. They missed their graduation.
Yeah, that was fucking horrible. Seeing, like, cause I live super close to the high school in my neighborhood,
Yeah.
and like driving by to go to like the gas station or whatever, I saw them doing like a graduation parade, and I like that shit was stupid as fuck. Like
I'd be crying my eyes out.
I would not want to be there. Like it was literally like a drive-through for graduations.
Stupid.
Like,
I remember working at David's Bridal. Oh, sorry, I won't cut you off. You go.
Oh no, I was pretty much done.
I remember at David's Bridal, all these prom girls would come in and buy dresses, and I was like, why? Like, what are you gonna wear this for? Like, there is no
Because like they
working
still
there.
went
You remember that?
like fake photos.
Yeah, they
They
did.
still went to
Like even thinking about it now, my parents
and all
spent a
that,
lot of
like-
money on my grad outfit, and it shouldn't have been that expensive.
Yeah, we spent too much on mine.
And like for them doing it during COVID, just to like take photos on the Peace Bridge and go home, it's like damn.
No,
Like even though our banquet, the tickets were fucking expensive and the
banquet
food was
sucked.
dog shit. But
But
like
the
it was
experience.
just nice.
least
Yeah,
I
it
went
was
to one.
nice to like yeah, it was nice to have like like a high school gathering with everyone, even though you don't know everyone. Like it still felt a bit
Yeah.
wholesome.
Yeah, I feel you, man. If I missed my
Still-
graduation, I would have been so shook.
Because you had a good
Uh,
graduation.
I'm
You had a
actually
nice
really
trip away,
lucky, man.
didn't you?
Yeah, at my school graduation, we go. Like they'd book a whole like banquet hall in the Royal York, like it's one of the biggest hotels in downtown
In New
Toronto.
York?
No, the Royal York.
Oh,
And you go there and you get a room. It's like this nice hotel, this huge dance hall and shit. And you just go get hammered because the whole experience was like when you graduate, you weren't the teachers weren't responsible for you, right? And it was kind of different because like those teachers, I actually love those teachers. I still talk to them to this day because like I lived with them for 4 years. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I saw these guys like every day. So that night, right after being with him for 4 years, this guy saw me from I was 13 to I was 17. This guy went and got me and my friends all hammered, man, because he had a tradition. Our housemaster, I'm talking about this guy expelled some of my friends. He was the fucking hammer that would slam with justice, man. I swear to God. Right? That night when he graduates, there's always a room that when he graduates, he get all the grads hammered. That night, right? I'm at a table with my friends. He pulls up. Like, this is the guy who, like, you'd hide your vape from and everything, man. Like, this is like, I'm like, what? Pulls up in a tray with like 25 shots of rum and cigars. All eight
Damn.
of us hammered them all back. This man was hammered with us. Like I was flabbergasted. Like I was so confused. It was the nicest thing because like I saw all the teachers, like my headmaster. I'm just dancing hammered. I was so drunk. I was dancing hammered with my headmaster, and it was just like yeah, it was just dope. And like that, like the whole thing, like you look forward to that day. You have 4 years there, right? You suffer to get to that day so you can celebrate. And since COVID, it hasn't happened once. We're the last year pre-COVID of graduation.
Yeah. Got to be grateful for
Yeah,
it.
no. I've like talked to I've talked to people about it,
Your cousin
and
came in, right?
literally people
How
are
did
like,
she
"Yeah,
even
you
go
guys are
through it?
so lucky for actually being able to walk the stage." Yeah.
That's
Oh, like, because this year, the same year as like your brother Tyson, and like, they didn't do much. Like they had their own celebration, but like it never will be the same as it was like when we graduated.
Yeah. And it
And
wasn't even
like
like the
crazy,
last.
like the crazy thing as
Oh,
well
sorry.
is that how we were the biggest graduation as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I compare mine to Thomas's,
I
and
remember.
Thomas's was so boring, bro. It was you walk in through our school, and on the left side of our school, there's a theater, and you walk through that theater all by yourself. The second year my brother graduated, you're not even allowed to go in with your family. You go in by yourself. And on the
Damn.
first year, there was a recording of it, so you could see your family member walking the stage, and then they would come out through the exit door, get in the car and fuck off, go home. With Thomas, they walk in, he walks in through the stage by himself, comes out the back door with his diploma, he's like, all right,
Yeah.
I did it. And it's like, what? Like, why did I even put on my
Cheers,
jeans
man.
for this? This is stupid. But I bet the next, if it's not this group, the next group will definitely have a real graduation.
It's not gonna be this group.
It's not gonna be this group. It's not gonna be this.
Yeah,
group,
what am I
no.
saying? There's all these variants popping up.
And it wasn't even like the graduation day that was nice. It was the whole week that was like
Oh,
one of the
yeah.
best
Did you guys
vibes I've
party?
had in my life.
Yeah, like,
It wasn't even partying. It was
Yeah.
more of just like weight
The
off your shoulders
experience,
and
the
just having a
build-up.
good time
Yeah.
with
So-
your friends.
Yeah, no, honestly, I don't remember one person like being upset then. Everybody was like so excited for the time to come, like walking the
Oh
stage,
yeah.
seeing everybody like all dressed up. It's just
Like it was the first
like
week
the
I've
atmosphere
seen
of
people
everything.
wanting to go to
It was
school.
really good. Like you said, I don't think I'll ever forget it.
Oh,
Yeah, everybody was so happy. It was like it was crazy. Like I don't think I'll ever see anything like this. It was really cool.
I remember one of my favorite
And like the thing is
moments.
like,
Oh, sorry, you go.
no,
You
no,
go,
go ahead,
Martin.
go ahead. I like for some reason it keeps on like I having like some connection issues, so like sometimes it cuts out. So I don't know if somebody's talking. That's why.
You finish what you were gonna say, man.
But
I'll go after.
it seems like it's all good right now. Um, I think I was gonna say about like high school is like apparently with our high school in general, it's just like it's not the same anymore. Like sports teams just aren't the same. A lot of teachers apparently left, so like yeah, our high school is just dead now.
I feel that like I don't know, just like as I don't know, it's kind of tough to say and it's a bit harsh to hear, but like the the age group under our grade just aren't as like quality. I don't know how to even say that, like quality people compared to how we were.
Outgoing?
Not outgoing, but
Oh, like,
just the quality of like a human being. Like I
oh,
don't know.
I know what you're getting.
It's
I
a
know you're
nice way to
getting
say
at. I
they're
know
all a
what you're
bunch of
trying to
pieces of
say.
shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty
much. It's just
They're
like
not quality
no-
human beings. What I'm trying to say is this guy's a complete scumbag, and I wish he got hit by a bus.
Really, it's like people that I would want to like actually talk to, like people that are like 2 to 3 years younger than me. Like I don't really actually want to pursue talking to you, like being friends.
Well, I guess
It's like
it's
I
with,
it's
with
I don't really
everybody.
connect to that age group well.
Not for me.
Yeah.
I remember Martin said something a little bit ago. He said, I wish I could go back and stand up for myself more. I was thinking about it. If you could go back, right? Like, if you had the option to go back to, like, let's say, like, grade 5. Like, you're pretty young.
Okay.
And then restart life from that point. And then that's the life you live afterwards. Like, you don't get to come back to this life you're in now.
Yeah, different
You go
timeline.
back and then you can rewrite it. Would you do it or would you not?
I wouldn't.
Why?
The thing with that, actually, go ahead first. Yeah.
Um. Well, I guess this question was more for Martin because it was off his topic.
It's for everybody.
But like,
No,
yeah,
no,
just
you can,
overall.
everybody can answer it. Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, for me, I just think like even though there's like I went through a lot of shit through junior high and like the beginning of high school, like it made me like you grow as a person from those experiences, right? Like
Yep.
I had a shitty friend group at the beginning of high school, and like I'm so glad that I learned how to like which type of people to surround myself with that early on. Because if I were to learn that like let's say in university or like in the middle of university where it's harder to make friends, like where would I be? You know? That's just
Yeah,
kind of my take on it.
that makes sense. Like for me, with something like that, is just I wouldn't go back as far as like grade 5. If I had the chance of like repeating high school again, I would probably take it. But that's like the only reason I would like do it is if I had the knowledge of like what I am right now and like the type of person I am right now, like the confidence, like the social skills, just in general. I feel like if I had all that knowledge and were able to go back and apply it to myself, then yeah, I would like repeat high school. But I don't think I would go all the way as back as like grade 5 because like honestly, like those early ages, like elementary, junior high, I feel like there wasn't anything that I would have wanted to change. And I like what you said, Rylend. It's like I definitely gained a lot of experience
Yeah.
and was able to learn and understand so many things going into high school that although may have not been like shown then, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree, man. I definitely matured the most in my life during my time in high school. Definitely.
Hmm. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure
Like,
that's for most people.
yeah, man.
I'd go back in a fucking heartbeat.
Really?
Really.
No thoughts about it, bro. Not because I would want to change anything, no. That's the thing. I
But
wouldn't want
that's
to.
the thing. You don't know if you could change anything. What if
Things
you're like,
will
what
be
if you end up
changed
in
100%. Things will be changed.
what if you end up like with a different group of friends or
I don't
like,
think I could
you-
fuck that up. I don't think I could. I would go back.
You just never know though.
purely to relive.
That's why I would never take the chance.
Man,
That's the main
never be
I
the
know.
same, that's all
I
I know,
know
Tyson.
this group. It wouldn't, but
That's true.
you only get so
Every-
much time on this planet. It would be so cool to relive some of those core memories, even if they're a little bit different. even if you can alter them in some ways, I would still have those original memories, and I would get the second chance to just relive that bliss of like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's not like I enjoyed it more back then to now. It's just because those are some of my favorite moments in my life, I would go back to relive them instantly. And I would like to... I feel like I'd want to make the same mistakes though. Like I'd want to fuck up in the same ways. Like I wouldn't want to go back and then try and fix everything.
Then
Because
that's just reliving it. That's not like going back.
Yeah.
Going back and changing
that's
what you
that's
did.
just what you do. The question was if you would go back. It depends what you do with that option. I think I would go back to relive it. I would try to fuck up in the same ways. Maybe some things I would change. But most things I think I'd try to do the exact same because I'm pretty happy where I'm at right now. But
I would shoot my shot at Miss Andrews.
Grade 6 Rylend.
Holy. If you know, you know. Holy shit.
Kennedy, you were there for Miss Andrews, weren't you, in grade 6?
Ooh, yeah, what teacher was she?
it's a
math
math
teacher,
teacher.
The redhead?
Holy shit. Was she the one that had a boyfriend that would like parachute and sweep waters?
Nah, I don't think she had a boyfriend at the time.
Or did she parachute? I remember she parachuted.
I don't know.
That was the
even know.
music teacher.
Ah, yeah.
The one memory I'll never forget is like, I think it was grade 6, Kennedy. I remember walking in from lunch. You were sitting outside like our classroom, or maybe it was grade 5, and I think you had like allergies and you could not breathe. I remember like a teacher.
Oh, no.
I remember what happened.
Yeah, your
that
best
day.
friend dying. That's one of the funniest moments. of
I
your life.
remember. I was like,
remember.
Kennedy, what happened? You're like, I think he has like an
That was-
allergic reaction.
Nah,
That
so
was-
what, I
Didn't you-
actually lied. That's true. I lied though. So what happened was, is that we're playing lunch and we're all playing soccer. I know the typical professional league, right?
Yeah.
When open in the field. And you know, remember Aaron? Fuck that kid.
He Naruto run
Right?
everywhere. I could never
The
catch
Naruto
that
guy,
dude
bro.
in tag,
Guy
bro.
who was, like,
Whenever he
4
put his
foot
arms back, he was like shifting into sixth gear. You were never catching him.
Bro, literally, so what happened was he was just talking bear shit on that. I remember I always had beef with him, bro. Like, I just hated the guy. Like, I think I was in a toxic friendship with this guy, bro. I just hated the guy, bro. Right? And one day he was just pissing me off, so I pushed him, right? He's one of those fucking guys, bro. Those fucking pussies.
Oh,
He
you
would
start
start
crying instantly
freaking out.
after that.
He's bawling his eyes out, right? So I'm over
Oh,
like,
yeah.
man,
Every single
I'm
time.
about to get clapped. I'm gonna get booked, written up, and then sent home. You know what I mean? So like, what am I gonna do, right? So next thing you know, I'm like, well, I gotta beat him, join him, right? So I go to the ground and I start hyperventilating. Teacher comes and he's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I ain't going down for this boy." Right?
was an
So
act.
it was all a lie. It was all an elaborate lie. Yeah.
It was an act.
Tyson, yeah, you have no idea what
Hilarious.
He put on an Oscar performance to avoid getting in
I put it
trouble.
on.
No
So, bro,
way.
I was not trouble because I pushed like I pushed him off and kicked him. It was really bad. He's doing some shit, bro. Like he was deserving of it. But in law and schools, if you're crying, you're the one that's not getting right. So I'm like, fuck, right? So I start doing that, and the teacher comes. What happens? She like a teacher comes to 10 Aaron, teacher comes to 10 me. I'm like, okay, it's going good, right? So I'm like, I haven't played something. So I'm hyperventilating. And the teacher's like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm having trouble breathing. And like I just started slowly saying, she's like, what happened? I was like, I fell. I think I inhaled some dirt, and I can't breathe, right? The whole thing was dirt, right? And she's like, oh my god, these allergies. Like I don't know. Like, oh, I'm like, as long as I wasn't in trouble, I was going with it.
Damn, you're so criminal for that.
That's
Holy
crazy,
shit.
bro. I thought this entire time you were allergic to dust or whatever.
How much of a fucking evil genius I am. The reason I was able to do some shit in high school, I was playing. Bro.
I imagine that supervisor walking away with Aaron to the office, and you're just sitting there on the field trying to breathe, and you're like, or you're sitting in the hallway and you're trying to breathe, and then you just see your shoulders shrugging back and forth, and the camera zooms, and you're just smiling. You fool! You fell into my plan!
Bro, so what happened? The teacher, I think was that Mr. Munira, or was that the other teacher era?
That was Mr. Mooney era.
Yeah, so Mr. Mooney comes, and Mr. Mooney hated me, bro. I don't know why Mr. Mooney was a teacher that's smashing. Fuck that guy. What's his name?
He was literally like Taylor House and a 50-year-old man.
What was his name? Mr.
Survey?
Boyle?
Mr. Survey. He's married to Connor Van Doren's mother.
Oh, that's
Mr.
Laux.
Oh no, that's oh
Mr.
my god.
Louse.
Mr. Loud.
That guy
Wow.
actually bullied me as a kid. But looking back, this guy actually did so much bad.
He was very bitter.
He's a very bitter man to me specifically. He hated me, bro. Something. He hated me. Right. So Mr. Mooney, Mr. Tarjay, Mr. Tarjay was the guy. No, Tarjay. Mr. Louse was the guy that had his belt with they came to start questioning me, saying that Eric said I pushed him and kicked him. I'm like, okay, so this isn't going as I planned. So I started hyperventilating even more, saying I can't breathe, right? And I'm like, how the fuck am I going to get out of this, right? They're like, oh my god, call an ambulance. They run woman said, call an ambulance. I said, they call an ambulance, bro. I left the school in the ambulance that day, right? So I'm in the ambulance, and I'm on straight oxygen at this point, bro. I'm like, this is me. I'm like, this is all a lie. I'm like, this is
Ambulance.
all. I left in the ambulance, bro. I left school. I remember because I got
I
tried.
remember that.
Those
Yeah,
paramedics
bro.
knew.
Dude, I got scared. I remember walking by you in the hallway. I got scared because I thought, I'm like, holy shit, this guy can't breathe.
All
Yeah,
of this
bro,
did not
I-
get ratted on.
I
Holy shit.
never told anyone this, bro. This is my prison break story, bro. Michael Schofield, you bitch, bro. This is like.
This is Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, bro. So what I'm doing is that. So I get, bro. I'm in the ambulance. I'm on oxygen. I'm just like calming down. Like, I'm out of there, right? So now I'm like, oh, now I have to deal with my mom. So how can I get? How does life keep on going, bro? Because they call my mom saying your son's in the ambulance going to the hospital. Oh my god! So she left work, met me at the ambulance, right? At the
Wait, Kennedy, could you talk like into your mic a bit more? It's cutting out a bit. Wait, Kennedy.
Is this better?
You seem to
Yeah,
slow
that's
down
better.
and speak into your mic. We missed the last like
Man,
10 seconds.
I got AirPods.
It's okay. After this, we're gonna get you a new mic.
Yeah, I need to get a mic too because I'm using a headset.
Yeah, I'll go on my laptop and just use my headset. I'm using AirPods right now on my phone.
It sounds pretty decent for the first episode. It's not terrible, but it could definitely be
Yeah.
better.
Okay,
Anyway,
so
continue your
I
story.
remember she met me at the hospital, and she pulled me out after they did all these tests. But it was all bullshit. I did the check for new allergies. I knew this is a lie, right? So 3 hours later, my mom gets me out there, and she takes me to like the mall downtown Calgary, and she got me some Chinese food, bro. I remember eating that shit, and she took me home, bro. And I never got in trouble. This is all to get in trouble. I swear. I thought you guys had no idea. That's crazy. I feel that to my
I
grave.
had no
That's
clue
how
about
you
the
know it
story,
was
but,
the
like,
perfect job.
I thought you were sick.
Yeah, we trouble it out.
That's crazy.
I thought when you were beginning to tell this story, I thought you were telling a different story, so I was laughing. I thought you were telling a
Was it
completely
the one
different-
where he threw up?
Yeah, I was just gonna tell you guys that
my
story.
God.
Fucking gold.
Andrew Hubbard.
There,
Bro,
you see those
I hate that
memes
story.
of the kids that like you're sitting in class and then like in a math test and you look over and some dude just throws up everywhere. That's Kennedy. He didn't
No, I
throw up
got
in
the
the
whole-
class, but you're like. You looked like you were struggling in your desk, bro. And I remember you like
Bro,
raised
I
your
tried
arm
so
and you
hard.
asked. I think it was Mrs. Zanoni was our teacher, and you left and you kind of like hobbled out of the classroom. And I look over at you, and you get around the corner, and all you hear is liquid just splatter on the ground.
On the tile floor.
No, it was in the
I-
portables.
I
And Mr.
didn't
Nestor
see
comes
my
around the corner. He's like, "Oh, Jesus!" Like,
Mr. Nestor needed to get paid way more for the bullshit
Mr. Nestor
that
deserved
he's
the
been put
bonus.
through.
This guy
He-
cleaned up so
He
much.
deserves to be paid the same amount as a doctor.
yeah, that
For the
man
shit
was a
that he
GM. He
You
was
know what
always
I'll
so
never
nice.
understand, Tyson and Rylend? I guess because Kennedy was like gone during junior high. Why did so many people like miss the toilet when they shat in JJ?
No, that was I think that was like a part of the sport. Like people were trying
so-
to aim
Like
to miss the
over,
toilet.
I swear to God, it happened at
Bro, Sometimes shit wasn't even in the toilet; it was just on the floor, and you're like, "What happened? Like, was there a dog in here?" Like,
it was. You know which washroom I'm talking about too? The one across
it's
from
the boys'
wet shop.
washroom. It's filth.
Yeah, the boys one.
Fucking
Like that one
filth.
always. Yeah, no, it's closed. Somebody shat and missed the toilet.
The
It was
principals
crazy.
must have been like, "Again? Like, what is wrong with these kids?"
She's like, it's the fourth one today. It's not over the lunch.
I remember
Mr.
I walked in
Nestor
on one.
Fucking raise.
Mr. Nestor went through some. Maybe that's why he quits, because in junior high he
Yeah.
wasn't there anymore. Maybe there was
Yeah,
just
it was
no-
like it was a lady, right?
Oh, the
Yeah.
lady! I hated that lady. She hated us
remember,
so
like,
much, bro.
the
we,
Phantom
like, had
Pooper
a
made
little
Mr.
talk.
Nestor quit.
The phantom.
Do you want to know where that
The
came
phantom
from? The
pooper.
pepper. That's the man. In school.
You had a phantom pooper as well?
Yeah, no, the teacher had to hunt us down, bro. Imagine no teacher is paid enough for this. So in my house, there's like 3 floors, and there's probably like three toilets in each floor. No, at that time there was only two on each floor, so there's 6 total in a house of 50 men. So like, you guys see how that's a problem, right? For 2.5 months, someone would go take a shit either on the seat, below the toilet, on the walls, or like smeared on the handles. It was gruesome, bro.
Smeared
Right?
on the
It
animal.
was,
Oh my goodness.
literally, bro, it was at the point because when that happened, they had to close it down because like they always do it on Fridays, and the janitors would come until a Monday. So like it'd be a lockdown toilet just
Oh, so these
reeking
were
of
targeted attacks.
targeted attacks, bro. Like
That's crazy.
it was not someone doing it, right. So I'm talking about 2.5 months. Every house meeting, every Monday, the house leaders and the house masters would come in and be like, "Okay, guys, we all know what we're here for. Someone's been defecating on the toilets for the past 2 months, and I am getting to the bottom. It was so bad that like he'd be lurking around the toilet doors to see him come in and go out, bro. Because he can't come in right when the students in there. It was so bad, bro. Like it was actually a problem. We found out it was a student, a day student, bro, who was in our house. His name was Evan Cummings, bro. It was actually a problem because I thought it was the funniest thing.
Sounds like the
Oh,
sort of name that suits the job.
right? Evan Cummings.
Evan
He's
Cummings.
6'3", huge guy, bro. Like, of course you're a dude. It's the type of thing I thought was a funny thing ever. Like life is good. Like, there's like had some versus jokes. The teachers cannot figure out like the professor doing good things for them, guys. And then 2.5 months after, I'm like, bro, this is actually getting out of hand. Like, I need to take a shit because when one toilet gets run down, it's horrible. You do two in a day, bros.
So did like anyone try to poo in the girls' bathroom? Like, or did you guys just like you stuck to it? You're like this. These are the cards I was dealt. I have to shit in this bathroom, or did you try to
Bro,
work your way around it?
like he also do it in other houses, but I think he learned that like our house masters were looking for him, which made him want to do it more, bro. Because he just was fucking. Because like everyone hated the teachers, man.
Bro,
Because like at
what?
boarding school, bro, they're like it's like martial law. It's at the point where each teacher has it could be judge, juror, and fucking killer, whatever it's called. I don't
Judge, jury, and executioner.
know. Yeah. And like if they see your eyes are red, they can question you, make you do a drug test, bro, and then expel you all within like 20 hours. Like, oh, you know, like, bro, you know what I mean?
I just wrote down the name Evan Cummings, and I'm gonna keep it here for the next 25 years. And I'm gonna wait until one day where I log or I turn on my TV and I see what he got up to next. I want to keep updated with Evan's stories,
Hilarious.
with Evan Cummings' story, bro. I want to
I
see
found
where he
out
goes
I was
next.
Mad at him. He was like just a fucking. It was so joke.
What was the
but just, like,
punishment?
it got just
Did he get
he
expelled?
never got caught. Never got
How do you
caught.
know it was him?
Because he told us, bro. I ain't no snitch, but like.
So you were the
Yeah, well,
inside man to
now
the
you are?
Phantom Pooper?
No. Like, there's probably. I think it's probably like out of like the 50 people in the house, probably like only like the elite 18 knew because there's like a group of people like because like I smoked I ball up people, because at that time I was in grade 10. The grade 11s and 12, like no, the grade 12s told a grade 11, which eventually had passed down to the chain of command. So I heard about it. You know what I mean? It was like a rumor that confronted Aaron Cummings. I'm like, bro, you shitting in that toilet? And he's like, yeah, I was on a snitch, bro. 'Cause, bro, you live there, bro. You don't need to snitch, bro. Like Tyson, it's not just school, bro. It's
No
like life. It's
defense,
life.
just yeah, it is me. You
It's
caught me
life.
red-handed.
Like,
How did you know?
he's like, yeah. I was like, bro, this is fucking bad. This is bad. I'm like, bro, you're pooping like incredibly large poops, bro. Like it, like everywhere. Like, bro, these are huge. You walking, like, bro, like this is an iceberg
I wonder.
poking out of the water.
I wonder if he tried to get bigger poops
I think
because
I think at one point, bro, he got
Yes.
because there'd be some wallops, bro, like everywhere. I'm like, bro, this is like a two-man job.
this is unnatural.
This guy like measures it each time, tries to keep his record.
Well,
That's
like,
10 centimeters.
Shits it, bro. Catches it on the toilet paper, throws the bowl.
well, I saw one thing lately where there's like this. I don't know if she was a Twitch streamer or a girl on OnlyFans, but she would
Jesus.
she would fart into jars and then actually sell the jars
I've
for
read
I
money.
know
about
that
that.
too.
And
Yeah, I've heard about that.
she like changed her diet to like beans
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
other smelly foods or
I
things
saw-
that
I
get
saw
you gassy,
TikTok about
and
that,
she
bro.
got hospitalized. And
What?
that makes me wonder. I wonder if Evan Cummings also changed his diet to be the
Yeah, he's
phantom
just
pooper
eating
of Holy
beans and
Trinity
chili.
High School.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Only
Literally
beans,
was
and on his way
menacing,
home
bro.
every day, he's like, "Mom, can we please stop at Taco Bell, please?"
I need that extra cheesy gordita crunch for me right now.
I want the
Yeah,
spiciest
lactose
shit you
intolerant.
got on the menu.
Do you guys remember when someone set off a stink bomb in high school?
Oh
You guys
yeah,
Do remember that?
yeah.
So, like from my experience, what happened was, Mr. McCready walked past us, and like I thought he shat his pants, like super, cause this shit smelled so bad, and like I only started smelling it when he walked past us, and like taking like ex-football player, he's not the prettiest walker. Like it looked like he was limping because he had shit in his ass.
The limp, bro, I'm dead.
Yeah, so like.
Oh,
Yeah, it looked like he was limping because like there was like literal shit in his underwear, but like it turned out someone set off a stink bomb and it was just horrible.
man.
Yeah, I remember I was just outside the gym doors. Like, you know how there was that wall with like the athlete of the year for the each like sports team.
Yeah,
Uh, I was like with a group of people there. I remember at the time, and out of nowhere, it reeked. We were like, I think we were like one of the first people to like smell it, because like I think it like came
it
off
was
from
by the
like
tables in the
washers.
gathering area. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, oh the
I think that's where it came from.
you're right. Yeah, as the gathering area table. So like we were really close to it. So we were like one of the first people to like smell it. Bro, when it hit us, we were like, what happened? And then it started going across like the office area. So everybody was like literally running out through like the main high school doors. We were like, bro, what happened? Like it reeked in there. We thought like a pipe sewer like bursted or something. It was really bad.
One time at my school, the graduates, every year the grads host a prank, right? One time, this group of like 20 guys, right? They all got like the mass ordered dildos off Amazon, right? And my school had this huge new glass wall, like it was like a huge building, right? And one whole side of the building was glass, right? Like, it's probably like 20 feet up. And these guys at night went to the school field and they slung them onto the wall, onto the windows of the suction cups, bro. So one night after chapel, while we're all walking by,
Oh my god.
we're like,
No
holy
way.
shit!
Were they all
are those
new, or do you
dicks?
think like some girls brought theirs?
Bro, like,
Nah.
never know, bro, because they're like
Surely
different color ones, but
Like, imagine
they're
there
all
was
like different,
secondhand
they're like
dildo just
different skin
hanging out.
colors. It's like white, black, like I'm like, bro, this is mad. This is in grade 10. I'm like, holy
Yeah.
shit, yo.
Bro, I remember when we were in grade 12, we were considering on what's it called, doing a high school prank, and
We
then
should have done something better.
but then the teachers were saying that they were actually gonna suspend
Someone
us if
snitched.
anybody did it.
No, someone
Yeah.
snitched because they knew what we were gonna
Oh,
do.
yeah,
We were gonna have a water fight in the gathering, like a water gun fight in the gathering area. Someone snitched, and they were like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then
Yeah.
we had it, and then we had it in the parking lot. That's what it
yeah,
was.
he was like,
Yeah,
they're like, you
pretty-
could do it outside, but if you guys do it inside, no one's graduating, and we'll charge you all for vandalism.
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
So
Would've
now
been
think
so
about
fun.
what we should have done. We should have done like everything except a backpack day.
Oh,
would've been
that's
funny.
true.
They wouldn't have
true.
been able to expel us all.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Yeah,
You should have just
the whole point is
should have just done it.
Just roll in with my recycling bin. It should be so funny.
I think my year, what me my graduate year did, all of us at night, right? And our last week of school, thought we were gods. We all snuck up. Right? This is just all illegal. Like, but just so many people did it. I think it was like probably like 110, not like 90 people. That's a lot of people in school. Like 350, 400. Right? So all of us left from fucking bed shit outside, and we all slept outside.
Wait.
And
Can you
after
repeat
that-
yourself? Your mic just you kind of missed the
Oh, right.
crucial elements of your story.
Yeah, no problem. So at night, like after lights out, everyone fucking broke out of their houses, moved all their beds and bed frames outside to the huge field. We all
That's
slept
cool.
outside, right? And the
That's
teacher's like,
tight.
"Oh my god!" So we slept under the stars, 'cause, like we're up north in Ontario. So it was probably like 90 people outside, right? And at that point, guys were sleeping with girls, bro. It was fucking like, this is not allowed, right? And bro, people were getting so fucking stoned, bro. It was like we're being, because we're all like pets, right? So we're all being sober. We're all getting so stoned. We're just dancing around. Teachers didn't care. And then late night, like around 2 or 3, 90 of us, right? We all had supplies like cups, all this shit. We set cups all around our school, strings, set traps, like water cups and shit, whoopee cushions, shit fall out of the sky, like balloon traps and everything, all over the school. So the whole school came to the school next day. It was just like nothing was working, and we filled the whole we filled one whole area with balls, and like those balls that you find in like play pits.
What, ball pit balls?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
ball pit.
you can order like 10,000 of those for like $40.
They're
Damn.
pretty
Buy,
cheap.
like,
What?
eBay.
Yeah, they're
really
You can probably buy them for bulk for pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Bro, so cheap. They're
It
just
makes sense
inflated
to me.
plastic.
It's because
Yeah.
they're like cheap plastic. They like
Yeah,
don't
they
make
Yeah,
make
sense.
bro.
sense.
So we filled up a whole area with them, man. We had flea string. It was insane the whole day. We're playing a game of Assassin 2. We all had like flea string. We had to go like assassinate teachers. So like me and my friends managed to sneak into the dean, not the dean, the head of headmaster's room, head of senior school office. Like we faked meetings, got through all the teachers, got in there and just splashed him, bro, with water and flea string. Like we just defecated our school, bro. Like just messed it up.
That's hilarious. And nobody got in trouble for that?
No, it was just because we all did. I was surprised. We should have, like, in reality, they should have suspended 90 students, but they're like, yeah,
You can't
you're in.
really do that.
Yeah.
Like realistically, you
Yeah.
can't really
That
suspend.
bluff is
No way.
That bluff is pointless. Like, it only works is just a scare tactic.
Mhm.
Tyson, as we're talking, could you just check Discord real quick? Yeah, that's so funny. I wish like we did something a bit more. Like did something
I know.
like that, cause like
Yeah.
I don't know, those are nice memories to have.
Oh yeah, like
Just like even though you don't know everyone, like
as
when
a
you're doing
whole
senior
group,
rank, yeah.
everybody, everybody's gonna enjoy it, so that makes you happy too.
Yeah.
Oh,
The whole
man.
week we were partying too. I went to Stone. I went. That was my first ever 36-hour bender.
Oh, a bit off topic. First NBA trade happened.
Please tell me it's someone I have.
Bull got traded to the Pistons.
Straight up.
I bet he'll actually get
That's
minutes
first
then
of
over
many.
there.
Oh yeah.
Because when's this trade deadline?
Whoa, what about Isaiah Stewart? Is he still playing?
Yeah, but he's cheeks.
Oh, Taco Fall's been released by the Cavaliers.
No way.
Taco Fall. His height
I
can't bring
feel
him that
like-
much wins again.
I feel like that guy. There's no way he's that bad, bro. With,
He was just
with that
tall, bro.
height.
He's just tall, man. Like, what's the difference between like 6'11" and 7'5"? Like,
Yeah, but if you
the
look at
fucking-
like Mitchell Robinson on the New York Knicks, right? That dude has no offensive game. I've never seen him hit a mid range, and his free throws are garbage. He shoots like
Bro, that's
56%,
like-
so all he can do is rebound the ball and then
He's a
block it.
paint beast.
Yeah, I feel like Taco
there's-
Ball would be
there's so
able
many
to do
players
that.
like
He'd
that.
be able to block
So many players like
everything
that.
and then just get rebounds. Yeah, but there's
Ben
need for
Simmons.
that. Like just even the second center on a team. Like there's 30 NBA
That's
teams. There's
facts.
no way that all of them have players that are better than Taco Fall on their second center on their team. I don't believe that.
That's facts,
The
bro.
Knicks
Shoot
don't. We
two,
have
though.
Nerlens Noel. I mean, Nerlens Noel is actually pretty good. He got 2 blocks and a steal last year.
Last year, not this year.
Oh yeah, I think he's played like maybe 13 games this year. He got his $30 million and said, "Yeah, I actually have a sword knee, so I'm never playing for you guys again."
You know what
Player-
I'm excited for?
And then Coffee
see
dropping
Klay
30 points on my
Thompson.
bench.
I'm so excited to watch Klay Thompson tonight, bro.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like
So
I don't
cool.
like
I like Curry's
I know you
production
have him
right
on your fantasy team, Rylend, but I've been wanting to see Klay Thompson just play
Yeah, it's been
basketball.
years.
NBA.
5:30.
I'm wondering,
I think.
will this affect Curry's production or making it more points? So like at least hit
No,
more
bro.
shots.
It'll
with
it'll
shot.
help him because there's gonna be
They-
so much more floor spacing
Yeah.
now.
They
Because he
they
got
two
coexist
guys
so
to
well
guard.
with each other.
The
That's the
Splash
thing. They
Brothers are
coexist
back.
so well.
That's the crazy thing,
They
bro.
play so well.
He had
Bro,
his
they be
MVP
double
year
teaming
with
Curry dead
Clay.
ass, bro.
And
dead ass, they be double teaming Curry, bro, because he's the only one shooter. Like fucking.
You can't
important
double
guys.
team both Curry and Clay without
No,
leaving
what I
everybody
mean.
else
It's
open on that team,
impossible.
and they have a
There,
very
that's
good
like Curry's
team.
been going like 1 for 20 or something.
They're
He's been
29
going
and
pretty
9.
cool.
bro, they have the best record without Klay Thompson.
That's
Like,
scary.
let's just take this into consideration that they might win the fucking
That's scary.
championship.
That's
I'd
scary.
be okay with it. I mean,
Oh,
too.
I'd be okay
it'd be
with
so
it too.
cool to see, man.
That'd be sick to see him win it without
Bro.
Kevin Durant,
Is there
That'd be
any
sick.
point in streaming
Oh, yeah.
Golden
with
State players now?
Iguodala again and Draymond Green.
Curry,
bro?
Clay
That'd
getting
be
all the
sick.
points.
Well,
Nah,
you
bro,
still
that'd
have
be
to have
really
a
cool.
bench. They still have to have a bench. Like,
They have a good bench.
they have a
I
very
mean,
good bench.
it
Oh no,
shows
Kennedy
because
was
there's-
asking,
yeah,
can you
there's
stream
a-
any other players? I'm saying you could stream their bench players.
Like if there's 110 points in a good game and Curry gets 30 and fucking Clay gets 42, bro. Like
What
they
about
got
the
more
assists,
points than-
steals, blocks, rebounds?
They got Andrew Wiggins. They got
I'm just
Draymond
saying,
for
like how many
defense.
more points can go?
They got
around?
James Wiseman probably coming
Like,
back.
maybe on the offensive end, they're gonna get all the stats, but
And-
everything else, like it's
Yeah,
everyone else is
but
gonna get stats.
It depends
They
on
got
who you
points
play
league.
as well.
that's kind of tough though in the points league because like we don't do not like the categories.
They're
Yeah.
gonna be even better in the points
I
league
like their
because
bench.
they
They
don't
have
have to
that
worry
guy,
about. We don't have to worry about their field goal percentage.
Oh, I mean,
Not to worry
streamers,
about
though.
them sucking too much.
But I
I
think
hope the Raptors make the playoffs this year.
Raptors are doing good. Fred VanVleet is carrying them to a playoff spot right now.
Scotty Barnes, Rookie of the Year.
Scotty Barnes is a beast. I don't.
You think
They're
he's
saying
gonna,
Franz
it's tight, though.
Wagner.
The rookie of the year race is tight right
They're
now.
saying
No,
Franz
they-
Wagner, and he's very good. Yeah, I think that everybody
No.
else would be higher if they weren't injured.
Yeah.
He's the only.
No, literally,
Franz Wagner's
Franz
the
Wagner had one good month, and they put him on top for no
Franz
reason.
Wagner's
Because
played every single game this season, so what
Yeah,
I'm trying to
that's
say is
why.
he's way more consistent. If Scotty Barnes never got COVID, I think he'd be Rookie of the Year.
but
Indisputed.
it's just that's just whack because it's just because of COVID. It's not like yes he got it. Oh no, I guess he did get injured at one point. He did miss like
and
a
that,
game.
that's still
because he was
taken
injured.
into account, no matter if it's uncontrollable. Or
Yeah, I
uncontrollable
do
or
like,
not.
but I'm not gonna lie. Like I have nothing against Wagner. I actually do like how he plays too. So,
But of course,
whoever
you wanna
wins
see
it-
your team's guy get it.
but yeah, but it is my team's player, so of course.
I was gunning for
But
Quickie
it's gonna
last
be
year. He
crazy
wasn't
how
even in
I'm
the
eliminating
conversation.
you the first round.
All right, so I'm gonna need
Rylend, you still haven't made the playoffs though. So talk to me when you actually do make the
I'm.
playoffs.
What do you mean? I'm in the
you
playoffs. Like
Bro,
as
no,
of
you're
right now,
not- I'm fourth.
As
as
of
of
right
right now,
now,
Luca's playing. Luca's playing.
wait, what?
Martin, maybe when the clock strikes 12, I probably won't have a playoff spot. But as of right now, I'm in the playoffs.
There you
All
go.
right.
It's top
Because
four.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever division. It's just the top, the bottom four. So yeah, you still are. Okay.
Wait, what do
Okay.
you
Fair
mean
enough.
top four, bottom four?
So
So,
Kennedy,
you want
um,
to explain it or me?
I'll explain it to him. So looking at the East and West division, you know how we're separated in two groups. It doesn't matter at all. It
Thank
really
God, bro.
it comes down to your ranking. So you don't want to be between position 10 or sorry, yeah, position 10 and 12.
No, you.
Oh, so I'm chilling.
No,
out.
sorry, you don't wanna
9
be
and 12.
9 and 12,
9 and
sorry,
12.
9 and 12. You don't want to be in between position 9 and 12. That's all you want to. And Ryland's position 8, so he would be facing me technically in the
I see
first
you're
round.
fucking lying to me.
Bro, I never lied. I
So
don't know how
you're
it
chilling.
is.
Yeah,
It
I
could
see
be
see
one
the
of three
rules.
ways.
No,
Dude,
Ryland's
I'm
searched up the
chilling.
rules, and that's what it is.
I could
It's
I
just
could send
like
it in the Discord.
Tyson's
I could
still
send it
not
in
a
the
much better place.
so right
honestly.
now, Joe Tyson, Levi, and
Ah,
Joven
Take a
will
quick
make.
look at it.
sure.
So for our league, the rules is the second one, the second bullet point. But yeah,
Tyson,
basically
what?
it's
Sorry, Tyson. Wait, why are you so hyped? Who's playing tonight?
Luka Doncic.
Luca.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
boys.
yeah,
let's
pretty
talk. Let's talk about
much,
fantasy after this. No one's gonna fucking care about our
Oh
fantasy.
shit! I forgot that we're recording.
No.
Um.
Do we want to end it though? We're at 1 hour 15.
Yeah, we
I
can
think
end
we
it.
start rapping.
Yeah.
It was a good.
Do we need
episode.
an outro actually, or
Yeah.
rapping? It's fine.
I'll
Like,
do the outro quickly.
go for it? Go for it.
Okay, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys listening, and please tune again to our next episode. Much
Bye.
appreciated.
Thanks.
Couldn't care if you like it, but
And,
thanks.